All right, so how's everybody doing? Decided to go ahead and do a quick little large language model uh, analysis, a little quick one. See what they're doing. We'll see what it's about. Yeah, I got TV in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, anyway, I want to do a quick analysis because I've been seeing this. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen this app, AI, or first talks of this LLM, and I've studied a couple of them. I actually have a couple that I use besides like obviously the popular ones, like well, people usually use Chat GPT, the Open AI, the Google AI, the Gemini's, uh, the Perplexities. I got one actually on my desktop. It's like I think it's called Dolphin. It's pretty good one. Llama got that one too. That's like those are like the I don't know. I wouldn't even say the standards. It's just for me. Those are the ones that I found that are pretty cool. I remember I just wanted some quick essays, and I know I went to my little llama one, and I had it. There's some pretty good essays. Now they're just nice things to read. I don't know the. I really don't know how accurate all these AIs are and where they get their information from. And really, for me, I don't think that the information is wrong. I just feel like in the depending on who is the person that's promoting such I think that there are sometimes ways in which people can kind of skew the information in a harmful way. So yeah, they might have like the statistics of certain things correctly, but they don't explain the context and why it was there in the first place. They just kind of just oh, according to Wikipedia.com, it says such and such performs at this rate over a period of 5 to 10 years, but and then they'll have like maybe you'll be like, hey, give me some articles on said topic, and you'll go through the articles, and they're all articles explaining about how there are like these negative stereotypes based on this information. I'm just kind of freestyling at this point, but I'm like, I hope I'm painting a good picture of this for you, but um, just with information and how it can be perceived and misrepresented. Because I don't think any one story is more correct or less correct. Especially if I haven't been there, like it's kind of really hard to just say something happened when you weren't even there. But because of the generation that we're in now, where we have social media, we feel like we can get a glimpse at what's going on from I don't know, a 30-minute, 30-second clip. Or in my case, with the shorts that I'm making, like a minute, 30-second clips. But yeah, basically, big thing I want you guys to understand with anything, information in general. Because I saw a little post too where motherfuckers, I mean, people were saying like 90, a good 90% of the internet is misinformation, which I definitely wouldn't. Here's the thing, man. It's exactly like I said, man. It's not that information is incorrect. It's just that a lot of it lacks the context in order to, for you to really give a good, you know, a well a well informed answer. But what we can do is even what we can do, we might not have all the right answers, but what we could do is we can continue to collect data and maybe compare the information that we've collected over time. So, say, yeah, maybe the numbers for said company were low, but maybe we can figure out that maybe the company, I don't know, failed to perform in a good way was not because people just decided not to like the company all of a sudden. People always not like the company, right? Like, we can say something like maybe there was a new company that provided XYZ for at a cheaper rate. However, the people fail to realize that the other company perhaps requires a little bit more maintenance than the company that's a little bit more expensive. The fact that it's more expensive is more of like a safety net rather than just like, the obvious trope of, corporate greed, which I'm not doubting is not a real thing. Like, come on now, like, we see it every day. Transportation, all that. Like, we see that every day. My thing is, it's good to understand the whole story. And in for this, I think me is it's my first time hearing about this, and I'm not saying I'm the most up to date when it comes to AI and large language models, but I pay a good bit of attention to it. And in the past 3 to 4 days, I've only been hearing about Gemini, Canva, and ChatGPT. Like, that's maybe due to whatever echo chamber I'm in where it comes to like the AI. Because let's just keep it real, like negativity is like it's easy to find negativity on the internet, and there is a good bit of a little bit of toxicity when it comes to talking about Chat GPT. I mean, it always has been a lot of toxicity on the AI subject, but ever since a lot of these corporations have kind of hijacked um, the term AI, which personally, if we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're miles away from. With artificial intelligence, we're talking about a whole new level of of just intelligence. I hate to kind of say the definition with the word in it, but I mean, like, we're dealing with a whole new level of just kind of do it yourself, but in the way where it's like the automation is doing it for you, but you're kind of just initiating it to happen. Like, I know there's a huge stroke where people are saying, "Oh, AI is going to take your job," but in reality, the people that are able to use the AI and facilitate it in their everyday lives are the ones that are going to truly be the ones that take your job. And I wouldn't even say they're going to take the jobs. Just people are just going to stop posting jobs. There's coming a world where people are realizing less is more. And I think that's probably what's fueling this new thing where people are like, "Oh, Deepseek is it?" But I want to transition this introduction into the real deal. Let's see. Okay, cool. Here we go. That was a pretty intimate moment, but I might chop most of that. But yeah. So, NVIDIA stock plummets after DeepSeek AI announcement. Okay, so quick thing. People want to know. A lot of people be seeing this word right here. People don't know if it's NVIDIA. I like to call it NVIDIA. I don't really know what it's called that much either, but I do know that they have a huge role in a majority of a lot of AI's stock. A lot of people that use AI are highly invested in NVIDIA. And I know, like, even like as far as CPUs too, I think NVIDIA like uses a particular well the I okay, I said that wrong. So the the CPUs that are AI compatible come from the NVIDIA brand, if I'm not mistaken. That's my understanding of NVIDIA. Like they have a huge role in our quotation marks artificial intelligence now. But yeah, so it says NVIDIA stock plummets after DeepSeek AI announcement. But honestly, I just feel like people will, if they can find a cheaper alternative to anything, they'll do it. And I just think that's the case with this one. Like their decision for actually even being invested for DeepSeek AI, I feel is a little bit jaded. Like is, and even okay. So I'm gonna take this to the social media side too because I've been seeing a lot on social media. I just want to look at some of the ridiculous things I've been seeing, like Chat GPT just lost his job to AI. And here's a comment that says, if you ask DeepSeek which one is better, it will tell you Chat GPT is better. And I mean, it all depends on what are you even using this shit. I mean, this stuff for anyway. Like, there's definitely for sure tasks that Chat GPT does that work a lot more for chat. There's definitely a usage for chat gpt that benefits is better than than deepseek, but they're saying, like I said, deepseek is it's a lot less expensive to make. And I don't know, like for like, and this is I think more of psychological problem where it's just like people just feel that cheaper is better. Saving money is better, but honestly, saving money ain't gonna do nothing. Investing in the better product is gonna get you a better future. In the end of the day, saving won't do you nothing. Really, saving is like a. I honestly feel like I don't. Not that saying I don't believe in saving, but I've never really gotten anywhere trying to save. Now, me investing in something, I always found this sort of fulfillment with that because here it is, you're doing something that you really, really enjoy doing and having fun. And if you make some money, great. If you don't make the money, then hey, at least you did something that you really enjoy doing. You were able to create, you were able to create memories. You were able to teach about it. Possibly, you were able to, find some sort of fulfillment. Saving money does not equal fulfillment all the time. You know, that's just my little take on it. Like offer it. I mean, hopefully, maybe I might just download this or try it out for myself. See, Trump calls China's DeepSeek AI app a wake-up call after tech stock slide, and seeing the word Trump in any news. I'm not saying that I know everything, but you always got to kind of look at that with like the side eye because who's really going to Donald Trump for reliable information? I mean, maybe for propaganda, yeah, but like information where it's going to benefit a majority of the people and is best for people. I think more positions are best for business, and he's probably just giving uh, an opinion on the business aspect on it, and not really like you know the there's just an all around better option. I'm not saying that ChatGPT is the better option. Like, it all depends on what you're using it for. From what I and like I said, I'm just gonna reiterate this. From my understanding of it, I understand that it's a Chinese AI app or service, and for me, at least for most people that I know is in my community, like the most information they probably have on AI is probably ChatGPT. Like no one in in my friend group is interested in it as much as I am. No one can talk about it like I can, and like in my friend group, like they're not interested in this stuff, you know. If I were to speak to any over 40, 50-year old, they'll tell me ChatGPT is something that they're familiar with. This is only a metaverse issue, bro. Like no one that has a regular job, that has kids they have to take to school every day, is focused on this. This is a super niche topic that requires a little bit more of a understanding on both sides, where it's like me, I do it for a hobby, but then there's people that go to school for this and that have degrees for it. I think it's a great balance that you have to have with these two to really be able to talk about this stuff. But yeah, on to the next one. It says DeepSeek sparks AI stock sell off. NVIDIA post record market cap loss. Yeah, it's like, and I mean, this is like one of the first. It's only been a year. It's been like one of the first, like, not a year, but as far as for me hearing about NVIDIA, I've heard about it for like maybe like since like December 2022, I think. And I mean, it's only been like a year or two since I really heard about this company. And I mean, this is like one of the first big losses that I've even seen or been informed about to some extent. Mostly people have such great things. If you were to talk, if you would have told somebody this 3 to 4 months ago, they would have looked at you like you're crazy. Like this is the first time I'm hearing about this company. All the news about. Let's look at this. The Verge. See what they got. Let's see if they have some information worth discussing. DeepSeek. All the news about the startup that's shaking up AI stocks. DeepSeek is shaking up the AI industry with cost-efficient large language models it claims can perform just as well as rival from giants like OpenAI and Meta. The Chinese startup says its flagship R1 reasoning model is capable of achieving performance comparable to OpenAI's OL equivalent, while the newly released Janus Pro multimodal AI model can supposedly outperform Stable Diffusion and DAL-E3. So, from what I read so far, basically it outperforms some new releases and DAL-E3. I'm guessing that's a large language model. I'm not really familiar with that one. I have a couple that I stated in the beginning that I'm familiar with, but I don't know too much about those models. All right, let's keep reading. DeepSeek ChatGPT competitor quickly soared to the top of the App Store, and the company is disrupting financial markets with shares of NVIDIA dipping 17% to cut nearly $600 billion from its market cap on January 27th, which CNBC said is the biggest single day drop in U.S. history. So, from what I'm reading right here, like I said, more of the whole save money is better option. And that's great. I think this is a lesson to maybe Americans to, you know, take the time now to maybe try to invest in your own large language model, your own LLM. Um, because you probably could create something interesting for people. Um, I just, I just don't see the hype lasting very long with this. Like I said, I have yet to hear about this. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this service, and I think I saw like a video about it. I think it's like a young person that has a startup. It's like a pretty young guy, like in his 20s. If I don't recall, I might be getting that mixed up, but I think he's like a young guy that did the startup. The AI assistant is powered by the startup's state-of-the-art DeepSeek V3 model, allowing users to ask questions, plan trips, generate text, and more. As downloads of DeepSeek's app spiked, the startup began restricting signups due to malicious attacks. Interesting. Launched in 2023 by Ling Wenfeng, DeepSeek has garnered attention for building open source AI models using less cache and fewer GPUs. So, when compared to the billions spent by OpenAI, Meta, Google, Microsoft, and others, Okay. If DeepSeek's performance claims are true, it could prove that the startup managed to build powerful AI models despite strict US export controls, preventing chip makers like NVIDIA from selling high performance graphics cards in China. Trump says he'll put tariffs on imported chips in the near future. An hour ago by Richard Lawler. Hopefully, he's a trusted source. Without going into detail about what might happen to the 52 billion in subsidies from the CHIPS Act under his administration, Donald Trump said tariffs on foreign computer chips, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals are coming in the near future. So yeah, the medical industry is, and this is another thing that I've heard in the philosophies talk with AI. Um, I'm just watching like I'm looking at Netflix right now too, and they got like WWE, and they had Kai Cenat on here. This is great. They got a lot of celebrities on here. They had Quavo. They had who else is that guy? They had Killer Mike. They had who else? I'm talking about that guy. I know Killer Mike. It was another guy they had before, the little baby, yeah. Killer Mike, Kai Cenat, Quavo. I thought I saw see, I knew I saw Duke Dennis on there. Like I thought I saw Two Chains too, and I think I saw some of those Yachty boat members, the Concrete guys. I saw those guys too. They were like lurking in the crowd or whatever. But now back to this. Okay, so in the communities of AI where I've been studying or I've been looking at, a lot of people are trying to find a way to speed up the process of medical needs and the justice system. Now, I want to make this very clear. I do feel like people are very important, and there's a certain level of hospitality that people provide to you that AI just will not ever be able to grasp. However, I do think that AI technology in general is not to be underestimated. And if there is any truth to the universe being made of binary zeros and ones and numbers, I highly, I highly doubt they won't figure out like the AI won't figure out a way to calculate, you know, or be able to see what's in our brain, figure out the patterns, and figure out a way in which they can sell things to us, you know that they gather from us from information. I'm really sure that they'll be able to correct a lot of their mistakes is what I'm trying to say. Anything that they're doing right now, they're slowly but surely finding a way to make it better. I mean, I don't know if you guys just seen like some of the movies and AI art, like not even like the full, like there is commercial AI is making full commercials now. But let's get back to this. So basically, it was saying that they're trying to put tariffs on foreign computer chips, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals in the near future. And as soon as that AI really gets, as soon as that AI gets, um, starts getting more comfortable with the medical field, man. Hey, man, I don't know what could happen. And I've actually messed with a couple apps that have kind of flirted with the idea of having like doctor AIs, and they'll do their own type of personal, medical checkups, ask you a couple questions, and hopefully in the future And I think this will be cool, but to get prescriptions online, that would be so awesome. Like just ask for a a prescription, and just like Uber, it'll like drive it to your house. And I'm not talking about that like hymns. I mean, I don't know. Let me stop dissing companies. But yeah, I saw that. I was looking at that one commercial, man. I swear that joint looked like they were selling heroin. I was like, man, what? You got needles that make you lose weight, man. This is like a knockoff Ozempic or something, dude. But yeah, I gotta stop getting off topic. Let me get back to this. You also name checked Deepseek's AI release, saying, coming up with a faster method of AI and less expensive. That's good. I view that as a positive. If it is fact and it is true and nobody knows, but I view that as a positive. He has no idea what he's talking about. He has no more idea what he's talking about than what I'm talking about. In the speech at the House GOP Issues Conference held at the Trump National Doral Resort in Miami Monday afternoon, he said that to return the production of these goods to the U.S., we don't want to give them billions of dollars like this ridiculous program Biden has. So here he is, rage baiting liberals. I mean, hey, who's to say who gave money to the right party? But yeah, I don't want to see what happened last year happen this year, and I don't want to see what happened 5 years ago, 8, 9 years ago happen this year or ever again. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Like this is a real weird times that we're living in right now. Instead, the incentive for manufacturers will be they will not want to pay a tax. It's probably the only thing he got right with that sentence. NVIDIA's market cap drops by almost 600 billion in DeepSeek R1 hype. Hype. Exactly, hype. That's all it is, bro. It's hype. To be honest with you, what I think is going to happen is I think that there's going to be more ads on a lot of these new AIs coming up because there's going to be more that are going to try to do this and try to like outshine NVIDIA. But really, all that's going to happen is I feel like NVIDIA's product is going to be more expensive because they're going to have to make up for what they lost. And these new AI will just be more cheaper and will probably take more of your information and data. I'm not implying that Chinese apps are going to take your data. I'm just saying that with cheaper technology, there's always some problems that comes with it. There's always something more you're gonna have to pay. Like don't let money like confuse you from what might be a better alternative in the long run. Like you don't want to ever like be like, oh, I'm gonna choose a cheaper product over something that's just genuinely game changing. Like shout out to this company. And we're gonna play around with it too if we can, but I just want to read a little bit more about it. As Chinese AI startup DC draws attention for open source AI models that it says are cheaper than the competition while providing similar or better performance, AI chip king NVIDIA stock price dropped today. CNBC said that after closing $118.58, down 17%. This was the biggest drop ever for a U.S. company. Okay. NVIDIA responds to the DeepSeek hike. In a statement to Bloomberg, an NVIDIA spokesperson said DeepSeek is an excellent AI advancement and shows how a company can create new AI models using the test time scaling method while leveraging widely available models and compute that is fully export control compliant. So I got to read that one more time because I kind of got stumbled by that. From it says in a statement to Bloomberg, video spokesperson said DeepSeek is an excellent AI advancement and shows how a company can create new AI models using the test time scaling method. Don't know what that is, but maybe we'll look into that later. while leveraging widely available models and compute that is fully export control compliant. So even the video says the DeepSeek's excellent, and I don't blame them. They probably are. DeepSeek says its new AI model, Janus Pro, can outperform Stable, Diffusion, and DAL E3. So that's what it's called, Janus Pro. Okay, so install locally with Thorough. Maybe we'll look at that too later. Where I go? Get you ahead of myself. AI that is a top, already riding a wave of hype over its R1 reasoning. AI that is atop the App Store charts and shifting the stock market. Chinese startup Deepseek AI. Deepseek has released another new open source AI model, Janus Pro. Input image analysis is limited to 384 resolution, but the company says the largest version, Janus Pro 7B, beat comparable models on 2 AI benchmark tests. Another thing. Test. Like what are we talking about here? Test? Like what are we talking about when we're saying test? So who is giving these tests? Who is providing the benchmark for what a successful AI does? Like, do we want an AI that is going to give us these punk ass answers, or do we want an AI that's going to give us the answer that kind of can take what we're interested into and create them in a way that can be more, you know, productive, in our daily lives? Because it's one thing if I ask AI something on the lines of, I don't know, what is the meaning of life? And because the world is so stuck on not hurting anybody's feelings, it'll give us an answer more like, oh, the meaning of the world is to just give your possessions to the person less fortunate than you. And you might look at, a better AI, one that doesn't, definitely isn't beating around the bush. They'll say, hey, the meaning of life is to just do you. Do you and do you the best. Maybe that's or they'll ask you something on the lines of what's the better race, or I don't know, just something. Maybe it'll just give brutally honest answers, but I want something that's actually going to serve the purpose. And if it's just a new app that's cheap, like it's just I can't buy, I'm not buying it until I try it. So Janus Pro, what have we learned so far? So Janus Pro is the new open source AI model that has been bought by DeepSeek, and DeepSeek is the company that's right now is the new hype because NVIDIA has really been making a lot of companies nervous for a long time. Like it's been making companies nervous for like the past 2 years. I mean, it's a really old, like not an old company, but it's practically a relatively new company. It hasn't been out very long, but it's been out long enough to have some stock in the tech conversations. And for me, I definitely don't got like a. I've got like my degree is in tech and associated with tech, but I would never say that I'm a tech guy. I just like really interested in certain products. Interested in AI, man. I'm interested in automation, logistics, getting stuff done more at a more efficient pace. Um, but yeah, Janus Pro AI model through Deepseek AI, which is a company that essentially makes cheaper AI or AI at a less expensive price. And I think they said they were saving like what 600 billion or something, or yeah, they were saving like 600 billion. Let me go back up here real quick. Yeah, cut nearly 600 billion from its market cap. I mean, hey, it's still a lot of money, bro. Like, I think, like, do you think like this money is gonna go to somebody else or go to you? Like, is that the philosophy about why people just chose this stock? I don't know. I just can't buy something like that. Input image analysis limited. I think we read that part already. All right. DeepSeek's top-ranked AI app is restricting sign-up due to malicious attacks, and this was at 12:14. This was like the beginning of the day, like basically when I woke up today. After surging to the top of Apple's App Store charts in the US, DeepSeek's AI assistant is now restricting new user signups. According to an incident report page, registrations are being temporarily limited due to large scale malicious attacks on DeepSeek's server. Wow. So, this is what the greed and getting things cheaper brings to this field. And this was already a field where people were suspicious about because people were scared that AI is going to take their jobs and it's going to make art boring again. And now it's another app that comes in, and when people are sure that it's just such a great app and it's just such a great technological advance, but now it's like showing like that it's only just created a safe space for people to feel like they can make malicious attacks. Like, it's not a really good idea, like not a good sign of productivity, or it's more destructive in my opinion. Existing users can log in as usual. DeepSeek said in its update, "Thanks for your understanding and support." An alert banner on the DeepSeek web sign up page says that registration may be busy rather than entirely restricted. However, it encourages users to wait and try again if their application is unsuccessful. All right. 7:49 today. China's DeepSeek AI is hitting NVIDIA where it hurts. A chatbot made by Chinese artificial intelligence startup DeepSeek is rocketed to the top of Apple's App Store chart in the US this week, dethroning OpenAI's ChatGPT as the most downloaded free app. The eponymous, the eponymous, eponymous. I don't know how do you pronounce that? The eponymous. That's a cool word right there. What does that mean? Eponymous. Giving their name to something. The eponymous hero of the novel. Of a thing named after a particular person. So it's basically giving their name to something. Or it's named after something. Nice word. The eponymous AI assistant is powered by DeepSeek's open source models, which the company says can be trained at a fraction of the cost using fewer chips than the world's leading models. See, and I needed to see that too to give me a better. So, the training process of these large language models. So, a lot of these LLMs don't require, well, do require a lot of training. And yeah, it's apparently they're saying the training for this one is going to be basically what we've been reading. It's cheaper. It's at a fraction of the cost. The claim has riled financial markets, with NVIDIA share price dropping over 12% in pre-market trading. Yeah, these guys in these offices must be insane, or they must have been told by somebody else to do it. Don't know why they would want to do this to people because I don't know. It's just gonna inspire people to create more, which is in a sense pretty cool. But I think we should have gave it a couple more years. Leave it to the big dogs right now. Like startups are cool though, but this is nothing to be trying to emulate. Like you need to know what you're doing before you mess with this AI stuff because all it takes is for someone to read one is for someone to just put a simple task into AI chat GPT and information get totally misinterpreted. The claim has riled financial markets with NVIDIA's share price dropping over 12% in pre-market trading. Downloads for the app exploded shortly after Deepseek releases a new R1 reasoning model on January 20th, which is designed for solving complex problems and reportedly performs as well as OpenAI's O1 certain benchmarks. All right, so yeah, Perplexity, Gemini, Canva, we got Apple Intelligence, Chat GPT, we got Llama, Dolphin, and we got this DeepSeek's Janus Pro. Is that what it's called again? If I don't have it, maybe I mistake it. What's it called? Janus Pros. Yeah. All right. So we learned a good bit about this. Um, all right. I don't want to put in all this information, man. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up though. All right, cool. How can I help you today? All right, let's do something cool. Well, I like WWE, so let's ask us something um about shit. Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, write me an essay, a three-paragraph summary on Stone Cold Steve Austin. See how fast it works. Okay. So it makes it probably just as fast as ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT sounds just about like this. This one is boring. Austin's catchphrase such as Austin 316 the bottom line because Stone Cold says so. Oh yeah, you forgot. Give me a hell yeah. Stone Cold is so cool, bro. Can you create AI art? I was saying, like, can you do that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I can't create visual art directly, but I can help you brainstorm ideas. Of course you can. So this is Chat GPT's twin brother, basically. This is a Chinese company, and I ain't gonna lie, it's moving like an American company. Not to say they're really any different, but you know, it's all English. I would never have known this was like a Chinese company.
Got my profile right here too. I know. Let me think. What is a cool niche topic to make a video about? Here's a list of cool niche videos. Obsolete technology revival. Explore how old tech like floppy disk, CRT, okay. Microscopic worlds. Extreme minimalism challenges. Ah, that actually does sound cool. Hobbies, deep dive, AI generate art or stories. Yeah, that's obviously one that I want to do more. Extreme food science, urban exploration, DIY, weather control. Wow, niche conspiracy. Okay, okay. Extreme upcycling. Looking like these are. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that. Yeah, this thing's moving pretty good, man. I haven't seen any ads yet either. These are some good ideas too. Like, what was this? Extreme time management. That sounds interesting. DIY space exploration. What? Oh my god! I don't got the money for that. That sounds cool though. Living like a historical figure, spending a day or week living like a historical figure. Extreme upcycling. All right, I don't know what that is. Niche conspiracy theories. These are interesting. All right, now let's give it something a little bit more philosophical. Okay. These are as for example of reasoning problems that can be solved using AI. Let me start. First, logical puzzles come to mind. Spatial reasoning, common sense reasoning, algorithm, scientific reasoning, game strategy like chess go, linguistics. Oh, those type of things. Let me see. If all humans die, then is it safe to say the purpose of life is death? Now, this question right here is quite problematic. I'm not gonna lie, because the statement is if all humans die, and that is true. But for me to say that the purpose of life is death, I just think would be a very, I don't know, like it just seems like it lacks substance. The person that just thinks that their life is just meant to die, but I don't know. It's just like is a very simple statement. But let's see what they got to say about it. I don't know. The user is asking if all humans die, then it's safe to say the purpose of life is death. That's a deep philosophical question. First, I need to understand the underlying concerns here. They might be grappling with existential issues or the meaning of life, especially in the context of mortality. Yeah, Let me break down the question. The premise is that all humans die, so does that mean the purpose of life is death? I know that different philosophical schools have varying views on the purpose of life. Existentialism, for example, posits that life has no inherent meaning and we create our own purpose. On the other hand, religious perspectives might see death as a transition rather than an end. I should consider whether the user is looking for a factual answer or a philosophical discussion. Since the question is about the purpose, which is subjective, there's no one size fits all answer. They might be seeking validation of their own thoughts or exploring different viewpoints. Probably a little bit more of this one, the exploring different viewpoints, if that is your take. I need to address both the logical structure and the philosophical implications. The user might be conflating inevitability with purpose. So things that are, hey, yeah, wow, they trying to read me, man. Just because death is inevitable doesn't necessarily make it the purpose. That's kind of what I just said. It's a common existential dilemma. Maybe they're struggling with finding meaning in life given its transient nature. Also, considering the previous examples of reasoning problems I provided, the user might be testing how AI handles abstract philosophical reasoning. They might want to see if AI can navigate through different perspectives and provide a balanced view without bias. I should list various perspectives existential, religious, absurdist, etc. Each offers a different take on the relationship between life and death. It's important to mention that purpose is often a human constructed concept. Death as a biological certainty doesn't equate to purpose unless one assigns that meaning. Look at that right there. Purpose is a human constructed concept. You know that word purpose, right? You know, like in the Matrix Reloaded, where, Anderson is like, not Anderson, but what's that dude's name? Agent Smith is like, you've changed me. The universe is about purpose, and that's crazy because he was trying to talk about purpose, but that's a human-made process. And the only way he could know that is if was with the is with the only way he could have even intellectualized that in a way where he felt like he can understand, Neo could understand, is by understanding that Neo was human and kind of using that as like a way to kind of get him to kind of cope with his reality that purpose is the reason of life. And who's to say that's even what it is? Man, that was deep. I should also touch on the difference between teleology, purpose driven, and non teleological views. Science explains death as a natural process, but purpose is more of a philosophical, personal question. Potential pitfalls. This user might expect a definitive answer, but the nature of the question does not allow for that. I need to make it clear that this is a matter of perspective, also ensuring that the response is respectful and acknowledges the depth of the question. Including examples might help. For instance, some cultures view death as a continuation, while others see it as the end. Referencing referencing philosophers like Camus or Heidegger. I know Camus, Albert Camus. He made this book called The Stranger. You should really read it. It's like, no, I read like maybe the first couple chapters of The Stranger, never picked it back up. But basically, I think it was like this guy that went on like a trip and got like framed for a crime or something like that. That's all I read. But yeah, I know Albert Camus. He's like an existentialist writer. But I should keep it accessible without too much jargon. Finally, wrap it up by emphasizing that the answer depends on individual beliefs and that AI can present different viewpoints but not provide a universal truth. Encourage the user to reflect on their own values and beliefs. Your question touched on deep philosophical, existential, and even metaphysical themes, and AI can help analyze it by breaking down the logical structure, exploring interpretations, and contextualizing perspectives. Here's a structured response. I'm not gonna lie, this is some pretty good stuff that they printed out for me. Like, I respect the due diligence that they provided here, and it actually is literally a newer Chat GPT. And if the guy's name wasn't obviously Chinese, like I would never have thought this was a Chinese app. Man, good job, man. Logical analysis of the premise. The premise is all humans die. That is true. This is a biological fact. Mortality is universal. Conclusion: the purpose of life is death. This conflates inevitability with purpose. Inevitability is death, and purpose is teleology. Tele, teleology. The logical fallacy: just because death is an endpoint does not inherently make it the purpose of life. For example, a candle's flame extinguishing is inevitable, but its purpose might be to provide light, not to burn out. Hmm. Philosophical perspectives, existentialist view, key idea: life has no inherent purpose, meaning is created by individuals, and purpose, yeah, exactly, is a human made construct. And, humans are not the center of the universe. They just, can talk and shit and can eat burgers and get on the train and barely make it to work on time. Let's see. Life is okay. So answer: death is a fact, but not a purpose. It can be a purpose for someone, but the idea of purpose, like you said, was just this. Is just like a construct. It's made up by people. Same as race. Existentialists like Sartre or Camus might argue that life's meaning derives from how we act, love, or struggle despite mortality. The religious spiritual views. Many religions frame death as a transition rather than an answer. Death could be part of a cosmic cycle, but the purpose might relate to spiritual growth, more choices, or union with the divine. The absurdist perspective, like Camus. Life's lack of inherent meaning clashes with our search for purpose, creating absurdity. That's his idea. The answer is death underscores the absurdity, but the purpose lies in rebellion, living passionately anyway. Okay. Teleological views, natural purpose. Aristotle argued everything has a telos. For humans, this might be flourishing. Well, humans may have a purpose, or maybe they're not happy if they don't have purpose, or they're a lot less happy without that purpose. Damn, I'm going for an hour. Death is not the purpose, but a natural part of a life aimed at fulfillment. Scientific evolutionary. Evolution, evolutionarily, life's purpose, if any, is survival and reproduction. I gotta save this one. This one's cooking. Death ensures ecological balance and genetic turnover. Emergent systems. Consciousness and culture allow humans to transcend mere biology, creating purposes like art, knowledge, or legacy. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, art definitely can transcend all that. So can knowledge, and as we've seen recently, legacy definitely can transcend a lot of what we got going on. AI's role in this question. AI can analyze logic, identify the fallacies, equating inevitability with purpose, synthesize perspectives, compare existentialism, religion, science, simulate thought experience. If life had no death, would purpose change? Of course it would. Purpose is a human construct, not an objective fact. But death is a fact, but is not the purpose. Damn, this shit is learning me. No, death being inevitable does not make it the purpose of life. Purpose is a subjective interpretation shaped by individual choices, cultural, religious narratives, biological imperatives, and this is a big one right here. Is why is purpose, and this is a big thing for purpose people. Religion gives a lot of people purpose. Death is a boundary condition for life, not its raison d'etre. As AI can't resolve this definitively, it's a question humanity has debated for millennia. The answer depends on your framework of meaning. What do you think? I like that right there. Good shit. That was great. Um, but yeah, man. But yeah, that was it right there. Wanted to go ahead and provide a quick little analysis of what I've been learning so far. This Deepseek AI talk, and I am impressed by what I was working with so far. And I was on that app for at least like 20 minutes just reading. I mean, a lot of the things that I was seeing online were that it was less expensive. And if this is the work of an app that is takes less money to make and less gas, I think it said less fees to pay. I mean, less training. Thinking of something else. Less training at a fraction of the cost. I mean, I think I like what they got going on. I'm impressed right now. I think that they did a great job with this app and Chat GPT. Yeah, it's cool. This one, man, I'm not gonna lie. If this got to the right bidder, they could buy this app and and do what to do with it. I mean, I like it right now. I'm gonna save it to my desktop actually. My little bookmarks. There we go. But yeah, that was Deepseek AI, and I hope you all enjoyed this analysis of this new hype. I remember there was another hype product, and it wasn't like it just didn't fulfill the needs of others. It was like Rabbit or something. They gave it like a recent update past couple of months ago. Who's to say what any of these apps will be in the next 10 years? They could be whole different apps. Like this could be it could be whole doctors and companions in like the next 10 years. Who knows, man? But yep, slmanufacturers.shop. It's my merch page. Hate doing these outros, but we have to do things that are uncomfortable, and we can't let things that make us bitter not drive us to be better in the future. So yeah, have a good rest of your evening, and I will hopefully talk to you again.